Hi, thanks for tuning in. I'm Cecilia Manella. It's nice to see you here. I hop on here every single week and I to share some bite-sized tips and tricks around increasing mental health wellness in your life. It is back to school this week. I know some parents are really excited, some have some concerns and some worries. So I just want to chat a bit about how to help your children or child transition into school. Now, there's some kids who are like really excited about being back to school. My niece is one of them, super excited, cannot wait to get back into the classroom. And then some kids are feeling a bit neutral and they're not really excited, and they're also not looking forward to it either. They're just kind of in that in-between place. And then there's some kids who are concerned and anxious, maybe because school's always been a place that has brought up some worries and concerns from them, or because of COVID, there's some anxiety about getting back into the classroom. Now, some ways to help manage or mitigate some of these emotions is to, first of all, get in the habit of talking about feelings. And if you go online and just research, just like do a quick search on feelings list or, faces that are feelings, depending on the ages of your child or children, do whatever is age appropriate. But it's really helpful to increase their capacity to use feeling words and to increase their vocabulary around feelings. So moving beyond mad, sad, glad, bad. Moving into feelings like excited or troubled or disappointed, all the things that are emotions are a little bit more complex. What it does is it adds to their vocabulary so they have the ability to communicate a lot clearer with you. So that's one thing you can do. Second thing you can do is do an emotional check-in at the end of the day, instead of saying, how was your day? Which is super generic. And if you've got kids, they're just going to say fine, good, whatever. They're not really going to give you a narrative of any kind. And what you want is a narrative. You want a story that goes along with how their day was. So you have this way of checking in with them that feels a little bit more in depth and a little bit more connected. So a trick around that is to say, what is one feeling that felt really exciting for you to have? What was one feeling you had that was really surprising or something you didn't expect? And what was a feeling you had that was really hard or really difficult? Now, we want to move away from feelings being either good or bad, because difficult emotions are still good feelings. We need to have them. And we need to explain emotions to kids that feelings, emotions are just, they're sensations in our body that give us information about the circumstance around us, about what's happening around us. That's what an emotion actually is. So you want to be connecting to feeling as much as possible and moving out of big words like anxiety. Well, anxiety can mean a million different things, or worries can mean a million different things. You want to kind of break it down into more specifics, and that'll give you the ability to understand what's happening for your child, but also have a narrative that goes along with it. So you understand what's actually happening. And in your understanding, you're helping teach them to have a story or a narrative or a way to explain something instead of just putting out a feeling word. Now, the third thing to keep in mind is that kids are so intuitive and they pick up on our emotions. So if you are feeling super anxious about your kid going back to school, know that your child's going to pick up on that. And if you have concerns, I encourage you to journal them, write them out as much as possible. Talk to people who are supportive in your life, because kids are just emotional picker-uppers. They just are able to tune into what's happening around them, and they pick up on that a lot. So be aware of how much your emotion also takes up space. And I don't say this in a way to quiet you down, but in a way to be aware of yourself and to do some self-care around that. Reach out for help, reach out to talk to somebody, talk to a friend, talk to a therapist, write in a journal to really explore what's happening for you and your concerns and your potential anxieties. And if you've got kids who are rocking at school, that's great, because there's going to be plenty of kids who are really looking forward to school and some structure in their life again. And there's some that's going to struggle, and that's okay that they struggle. And I think that's a message you need to give to kids, is that it's okay to struggle. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. It doesn't mean there's anything broken with them, or that their friends are excited, but they're not excited. Just to know that everyone has a separate experience, and it's okay, whatever that experience actually is. So good luck with back to school. I hope the week goes well.